go for it and don't delay. There is no best time to do anything. The best time to do anything is now. The best time for you to go for that program is now. So I would say if you
go for it now. So what about those that really want to go for it, but they are financially, there's no finance? What do you advise? Hello, the Voyage family. Welcome back to another episode of the Voyage. Today we have Mr. Aliu Kamoru. Today I call him Mr. Babs. He finished his master's 2021 in industrial microbiology, and he's here to share his experience, how the journey went. Mr. Kamoru, can you please tell us how the journey was?
My journey through master's degree in the University of Lagos was an interesting one, and if I had the chance, I would say I would do it again and again.
Really? Okay, why did you say that? Why did you even go for your master's in the first place?
Then when I was in my place of work, I looked back and then I looked at everyone around me, and I discovered that most people were BSc holder. But then I looked at where I was coming from, where I was, or where I see myself in the next 10 years. And I discovered that having a master's degree is one of those things that can help me achieve my goal.
When was the lowest point during the degree?
My lowest point during the degree was a D.
What course was that?
It was biostatistics.
So how did you scale through the lowest point? How come you had a D?
That's an interesting question, because during my secondary school and even my undergraduate days, mathematics used to be one of my best subjects. So because that same course we did it during undergraduate days, and then when I came across the same course during my master's degree as one of the required courses, so I felt, oh, this is just going to be a walkover. So I didn't have any challenge. But then it got to a point where we had to submit our assignment. That's towards the end of the semester. And then I didn't have the chance to go to school to submit, so I gave it to a friend to submit on my behalf. But unknowingly, the friend didn't submit until the result came out, before we found out that it was not submitted. So I had to rely only on the exam, which was over 60.
Okay, so you were working at the same time you put in for your master's?
Exactly.
Was it part-time or full-time? My
job was full-time, and the master's also was full-time.
But why did you put in for part-time for the master's since you're already working full-time?
Exactly, I would have loved to go for a part-time program, but in my course there is no part-time program.
Oh, when was the highest point? Like, would you say, oh, I really love the space of this program?
That was during my project.
Okay, what do you like about the projects? That's research projects?
Yes, that's because right from time I've always been an advocate of hands-on program. So I believe whatever I have learned, I should be able to transfer it to what I should be able to do, or what I can do. So when the research, interestingly, the research was a collaboration between microbiology department and some other students from marine science. So I had to be the one to lead the team of 6. But interestingly, I was the only microbiologist among them. And so even though it was challenging, because it was like carrying a load of 6 people on my own shoulder, but because it's what I love doing, so it was really interesting. Sometimes we even close late in the lab around 11 p.m.
11 p.m.?
Yes, 11:30 p.m. But then it was no challenge for us.
Were you married then?
No, I was still single.
Oh, okay. So what advice would you have for someone that wants to go for his or her master's in Unilag?
I would say go for it and don't delay, because I love when because it's good to always update yourself. The present point where you are is not the best you can do. Your best is yet to come. The best time for you to go for that program is now. So I would say if you
go for it now. So what about those that really want to go for it, but they are financially, there's no finance? What do you advise? And did you have any financial challenges?
Yes,
and how did you scale through?
I had financial challenges, but one thing in this life is there is no best time to do anything. The best time to do anything is now. And there is, because challenges will always come. When I started my program, my salary was not so much, but then because it's a determination and what I decided to do, so I had to save some amount ahead before my project started. And so if there is anyone who wants to go for the same program and is having challenge, I would just say try as much as possible. They used to say that where there is a will, there is a way.
There is a way.
You always find a way for that from time to time.
Thank you very much, Mr. Velsa. Please don't forget our Voyage family to also like. Please tell them to like this channel.
Please subscribe and like this channel.
And share.
And share.
So people that actually need it.
Exactly.
I know you need it.
Yes.
And like he said, go for it. So please, go for it. You can do it. Mr. Kamoru, do you think it was really worth it?
Absolutely. It was really worth it. In fact, if I had not obtained my master's degree, then the opportunity I have today, the work I do today,
As what, sir?
as an academic staff, I may not have had that opportunity, because I remember, I think 3 weeks after I finished my master's degree, this opportunity just came up.
Wow.
So you never can tell that
To join the university.
Yes.
So you were already prepared ahead.
Exactly. So you never can tell where you will require that certificate. So the time to go for it is now.
We would love to know the life lessons. What were the life lessons you obtained during the master's program, and how did you apply it in the real life situation after your master's program?
Thank you. During my master's degree, I learned that it is good to have determination, because number one, if you are not determined, there are a lot of difficulties and challenges that will come your way during that same program and may likely discourage you, but with your determination, you can keep going. And number two, I also learned that it's good, whatever you have now, it's good to also share, because you never can tell whom you are sharing with may actually be the person that will help you tomorrow. Remember, during that program, there are some colleagues who were not that too open to share their lecture materials.
When they were holding materials, how did you get your own materials?
Well, because the course synopsis had been dictated in the class, so I had the course synopsis, and then I tried as much as possible to go online to look for materials that could help, and then we solve past questions, and then here we are today.
Okay, so looking back, what would you love to change about the journey, your master's journey?
Yes, looking back, I would love to have more, I would love to devote more time, because back then when I was doing the program, of course, because of the financial implication, I couldn't leave my job for the program, and at the same time the program was one of my dreams, and I was determined to have that same program. So the job was full-time, the program was full-time.
And let's take academics and educational phase. What is the interesting thing you think your students will be surprised to know about you?
I like cooking. I like cooking.
Really?
Yes, I actually
accompany you visit.
Took lessons in baking, and yes,
bake?
Yes, I do. I bake, and then I do chin confectionaries and other.
Did you hear that? Okay, so thank you very much, Mr. Kamoru, for coming to the channel. We really do appreciate you, and we have learned from your experience. Now, finally, we would love you to tell us in one word how you can describe your own voyage, the MSc voyage. In one word.
I would say interesting.
His MSc was interesting. So please, if you really want to go for yours, go now. Thank you very much. And my viewers, thank you. We really appreciate your time. And please don't forget, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.